Hey guys, how's it going? Chef B Live here. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, I'm actually in Mexico right now. I'm at Sanoviv Medical Institute. This place rocks off the charts. They're very into raw plant-based foods, but at the same time, since they started all raw and vegan 8 years ago, they realized that they needed to support a true transition, which I've learned and grown into becoming completely aware just based on my own experiences, my own path. Hence why I'm not 100% raw, 100% vegan, 100% anything, right? I am very, very, very high raw, huge vegan supporter, and yes, that's my life. That's my primary drive. But the fact is, in this world, we have so many people, because of society, because of programs, whether placed upon by society, parents, or their own self, we have created all of these things that just do not serve us in our life. So basically, I'm here. I'm connecting with myself even deeper. I'm learning even more than I ever have, because for some reason I'm more willing to absorb the nutrition information. And the fact that they are really educating everyone, with giving them the awareness that they need to take it upon themselves and transition themselves in the way that serves them best. Because we are all different, we are all individual, and 100% raw vegan does not work for every single person on this planet. I mean, look at Weston Price. Look at his book where he traveled the world and found all these people from all the different cultures, Eskimos being one of them, and then he looked at the history of them, and when it came down to it, they evolved into their diet and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying that an all raw vegan diet wouldn't be good for anyone, because the fact is that I still believe that it is the ultimate, the most cleansing, the most detoxifying way of eating out there, the most medicinal. And I feel like that those Eskimos and those peoples from that different heritage and from those different places and those different cultural backgrounds, I believe if they did the right detoxing and if they did the right transition, that ultimately if they were mostly raw vegan, that they would be healthier. Now, that is a complete assumption. I haven't seen an Eskimo go raw vegan, but I've seen plenty of other people from different types of cultures and different countries and whatnot end up doing it and doing it very well. Now, we all have a different balance. That's the key thing, is we all have a different life, different makeup, a different temple, and so we need to honor the process and the transition of our own individual lives. So a place like this is really cool because they have created a platform and a program that supports transitioning, whether someone wants to go all raw vegan or whether they don't ever want to go raw vegan and they want to add some to their life, but they want to eat healthier, because there are massively conscious and healthier versions of, yes, the meat industry, and yes, the dairy industry and all of that. And it might not be good because of the small intestine being long, it might not be good for this and that reason. But the fact is that there are better choices than the GMO, Monsanto style commercial stuff. Because what has happened over time is that all of our everything has been taken control of. And so, that being said, all of it has been infected and has been completely contaminated and just distorted. If you go back and look at the grains that we used to use, were off the charts. You could eat them raw. When you cooked them, the profiles, everything was just completely different. Same thing with everything you can imagine, fruits, vegetables, much higher quality, much higher vibration. So there is that still existing. Now we've actually started, the conscious humans on this planet have started going back to those ways. And so that being said, most people in the world have to have a transition that's really going to support the mental programs that have come across into their lives, or the emotional experiences, or the physical ones. So this place is really cool for that. Now, I'm not a raw food educator or nutritionist. I'm a gourmet raw food chef. I never say that I use 100% raw, vegan, everything. I do use 100% vegan when I'm making food for the public. I have had some clients that have wanted some raw dairy or even some cooked food, and yes, even some meat. Now, during working with those clients, I did not want to work with meat. I did not want to work with cooked food. Actually, my passion, my gifts from Spirit, from God, are to work with raw, living foods and making gourmet, incredible versions of them. But I have started realizing that there are well, I knew it before, but I've started realizing the levels of transition and how I can really support people and where they're at. My everything I do for the public, all vegan. That's just the way I live. As I eat mostly vegan, and I believe in all of what the vegan concepts and systems believe. Now, I'm not a militant vegan, and I absolutely am doing it mostly because of the animals, because whether commercial or not, to me, they are all beings. And whether I've chosen to eat them at times in my life or not, I do recognize that they are beings here on this planet, and that I don't need to eat them. And actually, there are much better sources for almost everything in the plant-based world. So not everything, but almost everything. And with science and technology, and with what we're learning and what we're tapping into, and what we're given from Spirit and God, we're discovering things all the time. So I believe that there's something out there in the plant world for everything, even B12 and iodine, all these things, like they say, you can't get from plant-based. There's still so many infinite combinations of things, and there's still things to be discovered, and there's still plants that we have not figured out what they do, and so there's still room for growth. So I just wanted to share this because I'm actually absorbing quite a bit of information here, and in the end, I'm going to become a Sanoviv certified nutritional advisor. I think it'll be my first certification. Because to be quite honest, folks, who created certifications? I would say that it was man. And sometimes these men, or women, sorry, when I say man, I mean human. And it probably was a man over a woman, knowing the feminine and the masculine energy and what they bring to this planet. I see the sunset coming up because I just got up at 4:30, and I'm like, I'm going to watch the sunset. Wee-hee. I'll get some pictures. But yes, so I am definitely absorbing a lot of information here, and I'm going to share as much as possible. I am a gourmet raw chef. And one thing I do, and I might use cashews, and I might use agave sometimes. I use all of them. I use all of it. I use everything. And cashews make the creamiest and most cheesy out of all the truly raw nuts or seeds. So for gourmet, and for as far as turning someone up on and helping them realize that they can actually eat something that tastes phenomenal or better, then, I'm here to provide that doorway to show them that they can eat some raw vegan food and it can taste good. And I just might inspire that person to open up their third eye and taste with it instead of with their palate, with their taste buds. Because for me, I don't eat a lot of gourmet raw foods. I might make it, but I eat more simply. And I use truffle oil and toasted sesame oil sometimes to get certain flavors, so that I can show people that, hey, you can get some of this in your life and it's going to actually taste good. And that might be 97% raw or 99% raw, but it's still really high raw. And for what most people are getting out there, and really look at it, most people, I'm going to leave it at that. Yes, and you know I love you so much. Thank you for joining me and being here on this journey with me. I have a really cool challenge that I'm going to be doing and sharing from something that I learned yesterday and that I started last night at my last meal. I'm going to do another video and share and inspire, and maybe you'll take on this challenge with me. I see the sunset, so I'm going to go. I love you. You know it always, because you are raw. I am raw. You are a rock. Yes, yes, yes. You know it's coming down, and it's coming to you because you are a rock star. Rock star out. Love you.